Ladies and gentlemen, to be quite honest with you, I wasn't planning on making this video today. I was going to do a separate story video, but I'll save that for later this week because today we got a ton of information as to what is coming to Modern Warfare this week. And there is a lot, especially on the Warzone side of things. And I'm happy to say some of these changes that they are making this week, I think are going to greatly improve Warzone as a whole and make some temporary changes that I think people are going to enjoy as well. Now, here's the thing. This is a big update. There's new maps coming, a new character skin, on top of that, big changes for Warzone. So what this means is it's probably going to be a full title update, which means we don't actually know when it's going to come out, whether that's going to be tomorrow in the middle of the day, whether it's going to be tomorrow late at night, or even whether it's going to be tonight at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We don't really know. So to keep you updated on that, make sure you follow me on Twitter. As soon as we know when the update's coming out, I will tweet out letting you guys know. As always, that'll be linked down in the description. Now, for the rest of this video, what we're going to be doing is going over everything revolving around this week's update, and there is a lot. Now, real quickly before we dive into the news, I just wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be streaming tonight over on Twitter. I generally do Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was going to be doing a campaign live stream tonight, except I think I'm going to have to push that off to Wednesday. We're going to be streaming Call of Duty 2 on Wednesday. So if you want to just check out some Warzone and multiplayer games, that's what I'll be streaming tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully I see you there. So the first thing that we have today is something that has been rumored since the beginning of Season 2, and then was leaked at the beginning of Season 3, and now is coming out this week. And that is, of course, the old OG Ghost skin from Modern Warfare 2. I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty sweet, and of course it is coming in a bundle in the store. It's called the Ghost Pack Contingency, and it actually comes with a lot of stuff. They said the bundle includes 10 ghostly items, including 2 different weapon blueprints, so we don't know everything that's going to be in here. My guess is there's going to be some sort of operator quip, on top of that probably some sort of finishing move, an emblem, calling card, 2 weapon blueprints, and of course the skin itself, something around that. But of course the OG Ghost skin is returning, and I'm pretty excited about that. Now, I do have one question about this picture. You can see Ghost holding the Striker 45, which used to be like the UMP 45 from Modern Warfare 2. You get that nostalgia, but what is the map that is actually in the background here? I'm wondering if it's actually Hard Hat, because speaking of Hard Hat, the next thing that we know is coming in this week's update is Hard Hat, the map for Modern Warfare 3. Today we got our first image of the map, and I'm not gonna lie, it's looking pretty damn good. As we know, this is a smaller map for Modern Warfare 3, definitely a fan-loved map, and I'm looking forward to see how it plays with the actual size of it and what has actually been newly added to this map. But of course, that is coming out this week. The other thing that's important to note about Hard Hat is we will be getting a Hard Hat 24/7 playlist that will be out this week as well, so you'll definitely be able to play some games on this, see how it feels, and get that nostalgia from Modern Warfare 3. But that is actually not the only map that we are going to be getting this week. The second map that we are going to be getting is called Aisle 9. It's obviously a slimmed down version of Superstore. Now, this is made to be played as a gunfight map, but they are introducing a new playlist where you can actually play respawn modes on it. Now, looking at this image, this looks like a very, very, very small map. So the playlist that they're introducing is called Cleanup on Aisle 9, and it is a 3v3 playlist consisting of Team Deathmatch, Kill Confirmed, Grind, and Domination. So you're basically going to be able to play on all of the gunfight maps with respawns enabled. And I am super curious to see how this actually plays. It's going to be super fast-paced on very small maps. My big curiosity is how exactly are the spawns going to work on these super small maps, but I guess we'll see with 3v3 if this actually works. But I definitely think this is a cool addition to multiplayer, and I can't wait to see how it plays. Moving over to Warzone, this is where we start to see some big changes coming this week. We're getting new playlists. On top of that, there's actually some changes to Warzone itself, some new items. We'll start with the most boring item. Blood Money Quads is coming back. Really nothing fancy to say about this one. It's just a quad version of Plunder, which is of course blood money, which you get more money for killing people. That's pretty much all you need to know about that. The next new thing is a new item, and this is a big item. This is such a big item that it's actually going to change the meta of the game. It is called an armor box, and it's going to be similar to a munitions box. So as you know, you can find munitions box or buy them at a buy station, throw them down on the ground, and it replenishes your team's ammo. The armor box is the same thing, but this time it replenishes your whole team's armor. This is an incredibly powerful thing, especially if your whole team's low on armor, because not only can you find it on the ground or in supply boxes, you can also buy this at buy stations. And an ammo box costs $5,000 in game, so I'm assuming the armor box is also going to cost $5,000 in game. So if you're playing quads, this is actually a much better deal to buy this than it is just to buy armor for 1,500 points and only get 5 pieces of armor. So this is actually going to change up the meta of the game. It's actually, I think, going to allow people to play more aggressive, because if your whole team runs out of armor and you're carrying an armor box, boom, all of a sudden your team has full armor. You can get back in the action. It's perfect for endgame. I think this is a fantastic item to add into the game, and I'm really curious to see how this changes up the way people play, because I really do think it will. The second thing that's changing is the Gulag. They're adding more weapons into the Gulag, and thank God, because I am so sick of getting that 357 Magnum in the Gulag. So some of the weapons that they are going to be adding include the AK-47, M13, Kilo 141, Ram 7, Striker 45. So basically, they're putting SMGs and assault rifles into the Gulag. I haven't heard anything more about LMGs, sniper rifles, or anything like that. It appears as though in this update alone, it is just going to be assault rifles and SMGs, and I'm not sure if pistols and shotguns are still going to be there, but all we do know is that assault rifles and SMGs are absolutely being added into the Gulag, and in my opinion, this is definitely a good update. And last but definitely not least, they are adding a new game mode. It is called Classic Battle Royale, and this is a limited time mode, which means it's only going to be there for a short period of time, but I'm just going to read to you exactly what they say about this mode. So this mode strips down Battle Royale and features no buy stations, no contracts, no Gulag. If you're out, you're out. Survive the enemies and ever-collapsing circle to be the last team standing. So from this, there is no Gulag, there is no contracts, there's no buying back teammates, you can't buy armor at buy stations, it's just what you loot. Now, the one thing that they don't say in here is whether or not your loadouts are going to drop in throughout the game. As we know, in normal Warzone, your loadouts drop in at the end of the first round and the beginning of the 5th round. They don't say in here whether or not loadouts are actually a part of this, or whether it is just going to be ground loot. But of course, once the update goes live, I will play it and let you guys know exactly what is going on with this game mode. But to me, this is pretty cool. I'd like to see no loadouts, because that's even more different from the normal game. Not necessarily that it would be better, just that it would play different, and I'm curious to see exactly how this plays. Now, other than this, it doesn't seem like we have much more information on what's coming in this update. They didn't say whether or not there's going to be any weapon changes. I know Joe Seacott in the past has said that they're going to be nerfing RPGs. It doesn't say anywhere in here whether or not that's happening. So of course, once the update goes live, I will be making a video as soon as possible letting you guys know exactly what is going on with this update, because it appears as though this is going to be a big one. And like I said at the beginning of the video, we don't actually know when this is going live, whether it's late tonight, late tomorrow night, midday tomorrow, we don't actually know. So that is everything that we know is coming to Modern Warfare this week. Now, there is one other thing that I would like to cover, and it revolves the next Call of Duty game, Call of Duty 2020. So today was the 10-year anniversary of Black Ops 1, and with it, they almost put out a new trailer for Black Ops 1, and no, it's not being remastered or anything like that. They just wanted to tip their hat to 10 years of Black Ops being a thing. They actually put out an entire article talking about it, and actually, if you go to it, one of the videos that they feature on it is one of my videos. It's actually the full story of Alex Mason. And I thought that this was pretty cool, but it lends to the question, why did they pick Alex Mason? I have videos on Reznov, I have videos on Frank Woods, but they picked Alex Mason, and I'm wondering whether or not this is because Mason may be making a return in Treyarch's next game, Call of Duty 2020. But this is pure speculation. I thought they were going to put some sort of teaser out as to when the reveal for the next game is going to be, but at this point, we don't know. But I thought I would just give you guys that information, see what you guys think about it. But that's pretty much all I have today, so hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you did, it's always appreciated if you hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, want to stay up to date on everything Call of Duty, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn notifications on, let me know what you think down in the comments. But guys, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
Maybe you should take it slow.